welcome back to my channel, and this is Sharon. So for today's video, I am with Mr. William, and he is also a YouTuber. The name of his channel is Junnylie&Williams Adventures. So I'm gonna interview him, and actually I am so appreciated and thankful that he has granted my interview. So, sir, tell me about yourself, name, age, and country, where you came from, and about your YouTube channel.
My name is William Washington. Of course, our YouTube channel, me and my wife do together is Junnylie&Williams Adventures. I'm from the U.S.
Okay.
I'm from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Some would say not, but I say yes. And came to the Philippines in 2019 on vacation. I had met my wife on a dating site. So that's kind of how I got here first. Okay.
And how long you been communicating with your wife before you met in person, and how long you been together before you decide to get married?
We met in 2019. I was still working then. By the way, I'm 68 now. I was around 63 then, I think, or 62. Okay. And I think that what happened is I was looking to go on vacation. The place I worked at had some Filipina psychiatrists there. And they told me, they knew I was a single man, I was a widower. Okay. They said, you should go to the Philippines. You're a nice man, William. You could go over there and find yourself a nice wife. So that's when I got on the dating site. I met Junnylie, and I'd say I met her in like May. By June, I was going to meet her. Okay. Didn't take as long.
Yeah. And why you choose a Filipina?
Well, I heard so many good things about Filipinas. I heard that they were, very beautiful. Of course, they're always winning beauty contests. I heard that they were like loyal wives, loyal to you, girlfriends. Just a lot of good character qualities.
Okay. And are you moved here in the Philippines permanently, or every 6 months here and come back to the Philippines?
Well, I came to the Philippines 3 times, pre-pandemic. Okay. And then I got here, I almost got stuck in the pandemic. I got out just before the country closed down. Okay. And I went back, because I was still working then, so I went back to the U.S. and I decided to move here. I made a 2-year plan to move here. I moved here in 2022.
But you live now here permanently?
I live permanently now, retired in the Philippines.
Okay. And are you planning to, do you have property or renting?
We rent. We rent in a subdivision. We don't own property yet. We purchased a car, but as of yet, we're still renting.
Okay. But are you planning to buy a property later?
Possibly. I'm keeping my options open.
Okay. And when the time you say that this girl is the right girl for me and I don't want to take a longer time, and you propose her?
For the 3 times that we met, we went on different places. We went to Batanian quite a few times. We went to a lot of the islands together. We took time to get to know each other. Then, of course, the pandemic happened. So then we were in the LDR for 2 years. But I had been here 3 times before the pandemic hit. So when I came back, I think it was 2022, we lived together for a year. Okay. And that's when she brought her daughter. She had at the time a 6-month-old daughter. And so we lived together. I got to see what it was like living with her. We lived in a condo for a while, then another subdivision. And, after that, I got engaged. I proposed to her. Okay. And then I went back again. Okay. And then when I came back in 2023, we got married.
And sir, since you arrived here in the Philippines, have you experienced criticism?
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of things that, I really haven't. I can't say far as my race, being a black American, I've really had no problems. I have no issues. I get along well with Filipinos. I'd had no problem with the law enforcement, none of those things.
Okay. And what is your opinion on the age gap relationship?
Well, that's a whole different can of worms. I think some people are pro, some people are con. I think Junnylie is half my age.
Ah, okay.
She's 34, I'm 68. But we have a lot of things in common. I think that all age gaps don't work. I wanted to make sure that we had commonalities. And we got along well. We liked the same music, we liked to go to the beach. We had a lot of things in common that we liked. And I got along with the daughter real well, because I had a daughter before that's grown. So I think that what happened is that we just found out we had a whole lot of things in common. And I thought that she was the right one. I was looking for a soulmate, and she was the one.
Okay. And what was your initial impression of the Philippines?
Hot. It was hot. It was very beautiful. Beautiful tropical islands, like to die for. Some of the people I know, I told them, you've never seen anything so beautiful like some of these islands, Boracay, Palawan, these places in your life. They're just, you must see places. So I felt that it was beautiful. One of the main things that I noticed about the Philippines, the people are not confrontational. They're very friendly, and that's different than the U.S.
Okay. And what are your living costs here in the Philippines compared to your living
much lower
in the U.S.?
All the savings is in your rent or your mortgage. The place where I'm living in, the subdivision I'm living in, if that was in Florida in the United States, it would be maybe $2,500 to $3,000 U.S. a month.
Okay.
I'm paying 20,000 pesos, which is about 380 U.S. for 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, gated community with pool, tennis court, guards at the gate, everything. It's unheard of. That price could never be had in the U.S. And so most of your savings here, as far as money, is because of the mortgage or rent.
Okay. And sir, if you are planning to buy a property, where would you like? In the city or in the province?
I would think somewhere in between.
Okay.
I would think that I'm not a province person. I'm not a city person, because I'm from the city. I'm from Philadelphia, so I don't want to live in the city. But I like kind of like the Mactan. Lapu-Lapu to me is not a big city. It's small enough that you can get around, but there's still malls and hospitals and things like that. So I wouldn't want to be out in what we call the boondocks.
Yeah, and Lapu-Lapu is not so very crowded and traffic.
Right.
Except the Basak area.
It can be, for sure.
Except the Basak area
It
going
can be.
to Tamiya.
I learned that driving now.
Yeah. And how's your experience driving here in the Philippines?
I never seen so many motorcycles in my life. It's if you're used to driving in the U.S., this is a whole different experience. It's like driving in a movie. You have to watch. You have to have eyes in the back of your head. So I'm still learning. I'm a good driver. The problem is I have to learn about the motorcycles.
Okay. You don't know how to drive motorcycle?
No. No, I never. Most of the accidents that foreigners get in are on motorcycles. So I said, I'm going to drive a car.
Okay.
Now, my wife has a motorcycle. She drives it.
Okay. But do you have already a Philippine driver's license?
I don't. We just bought the car last week.
Okay.
And I just came back to the Philippines, so my license from the Pennsylvania is still good for 3 months. Before the 3 months is over, I'm going to get a Filipina license.
Okay. Me, I have a license, but I don't know how to drive.
There's the one. She's learned to drive in 2 weeks, a week and a half. She's already learned to drive.
Yeah. But me, I am also planning to go on the driving school.
Yeah, that's what she's doing now, because I didn't have the patience to teach her.
Yeah, because mostly if you teach, this is what I heard. If you teach to your partner, there will be conflict.
Yeah, there's conflict, all right. Don't turn there. Don't turn there.
But I
Don't
think
do
it's
that.
Wrong. Why you go on the wrong side?
Yeah, she's better with the instructor.
Yeah. So, but they said also that after you've been under driving school, better that you have your own car so that you can
I think so.
much more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the toughest decision that you made in your life?
I think it was the toughest decision was to move to the Philippines, because, all your friends are saying, why are you going to move on the other side of the world? Why are you moving to what they call the third world country?
Yeah.
That's what they say. But I think that I was always a guy that liked adventure. I was a military guy. So I'd done a lot of things in my life. So I always liked adventure. So to me, it was an adventure. And I was looking forward to, in this stage of my life, I'd done all the other things. I said, why not?
Okay. And sir, have you made financial arrangement for your family? Because we don't know what will gonna be happen in the future.
Right. Well, I've been married twice before, and both of them, God forbid, have passed away. They passed away, and they weren't that old. And so when I got married this time, of course, the wife is probably going to live longer than me because she's much younger. But the thing is, yes, I think that's what I'm in the process of doing. I figured that I'd buy a car. That car would be paid off by the time I'm gone, so she'd have a car. Her family has a house in Mindanao, so I would like to make sure that she has some kind of insurance money, some things like that. I'm gonna make sure that her and her daughter have something when I'm off the scene. I think a wise man looks out for the family he loves, because I know that I'm going to be gone before they are.
Yeah. And do you have children on your previous?
I do. I have a daughter. I have a daughter, and I have one daughter. She's 49, and I have a grandson and a granddaughter. They're both grown too. They're 29 and 30. So, you know, my raising days have all been over, so I didn't mind doing it again. My wife has a 6-year-old, but I met her when she was 6 months old, so she calls me daddy. So it's like I'm going through the parent thing again.
Okay. And what have you noticed about yourself and your spouse that has changed significantly over the years in the marriage or relationship? I mean, the attitude, the character, and behavior.
Well, she's learned to put up with me. She's learned to put up with me. She's learned when to just don't say nothing. And she's learned that I talk a lot, and that if he keeps talking, just don't listen. So we've learned each other, and I've learned her ways. When I understand that she's upset, I'm like, all right, I'm going out for a while, see you later. And you know, we've learned each other's ways over the past 5, going on 6 years. So we've, you know, there's no deal breakers between us. We've learned each other's ways, and we accepted the good and the bad. Yeah.
And sir, what's your opinion about, because there are some foreigners saying that if your companion has a child, you cannot move in all together because there is a family law. And in your situation, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I met her mom online. I met her sisters. I met her brother. I met the family in the trips I made to begin with, and we got along well. Natalie, in the complex we live in, everybody knows that that's my daughter. When we go around the mall, they know that it's not somebody I kidnapped, because she runs up to me yelling, "Daddy," you know, and she's willingly walking around with me. So I think that a lot of times I understand that you need to have the Filipino woman there with you, because people may say something or think something, but no, we haven't had any problems, because the area we live in, everybody knows us.
Okay. And can you provide 4 factors or criteria that are mandatory for a successful marriage or relationship in the Philippines?
Well, I think that number one thing, you have to come in with an open mind. You can't change that person into an American. They're going to have their cultural things, their superstitions, as they call it.
Exactly.
I mean, I remember my wife putting all these 12 fruits on the table around the house. I'm like, can I eat that? You know, and she's learned about us, like well, what's Thanksgiving? What's a turkey? You know, so we're learning each other's ways, but it's kind of like an adventure. I think that success means being patient and being open to her ways are different. Maybe you can learn something from her. And she's doing the same with me. So I'd say that, to me, open-mindedness, and have your mind made up. I'm a one-woman guy. I'm not with Junnylie looking across the street at another woman. I'm satisfied with her. To me, the foreign guy gotta also want that woman.
Okay.
You didn't come here, myself, didn't come here for 10 women. I came for 1.
Yes. And sir, what's your opinion on the people saying that avoid to be with a single mom?
Well, a lot of guys do say that, and that's fine. If they don't think, if they raise their children and they don't want to go through the family thing again, then find yourself a single Filipina. There's some here. There's a lot of single mothers here. But the reason I didn't mind Junnylie and the single mother, because she was mature. I didn't want a girl that was going to sit there and had nothing in common with me, very young, playing TikTok, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know, no. We have things in common. We sit and sing karaoke together. We like to go out to music clubs. We like to do the same thing. So we have a lot of commonalities.
Yeah.
She's very mature for 34. When I met her, she was 29. You know, so I think that helps too. I think it helps to have a single mother. To me, was mature because she was taking care of her child.
Okay. And what is your advice to viewers who is interested or planning to visit and retire here in the Philippines?
I would say the most important thing, and we say this on our channel, come and visit for at least a month first, 2 months. Because if you come over for 2 weeks, it's going to be like vacation mode. It's going to be like you landed in the land of Oz.
Yeah.
There's all these beautiful women, all the beautiful atmosphere, the coconut trees, the palm trees, and you're going to feel like, oh man, I'm going to go right back and sell my house and move here. No. That's just the vacation mode. You gotta come here and stay long enough to get involved in everyday life. The traffic, standing in a line that's forever in immigrations. You gotta find out the real life. You know, sitting in the grocery market and standing there sweating while you're waiting to check your food out. So get to know the life. It's not the U.S. And if you come over here expecting it to be the U.S., you're not going to make it.
Yeah. Okay. And sir, do you experience the Filipina tampo?
Yes. You're going to experience two things. You're going to experience with a Filipino girlfriend or wife. Family, they're coming. They're coming over the house. You may as well just get used to them. I don't care what you say, they're coming. And they're going to spend the night. You know, they'll watch TV in your room and they're going to spend the night and eat your food.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
the bottom line, that's fine because I love her family. But the other thing is, when that woman stops talking, you remember as foreigners, as a U.S. foreigner, when we had wives or girlfriends over there, they would curse you out. So if, for a Filipino to get mad at you and not say nothing, we're like, yay, that's okay. You're not talking great. It's okay. So we don't mind the tempo.
Yeah. And how's Filipino food for you?
A little salty, a little sweet, but it's very good. You know, if you're older like I am, you got to watch the sugars and the salts. But Junnylie is an excellent cook. She can grill a lot of food. She can cook a lot of food. So I'm blessed in that way. But I actually, you can find many varieties of food in the Philippines. It's very good.
Okay. And sir, do you have any question for me?
No. Hopefully we'll be able to get you on our channel and do the interview. It's been great meeting you. And we look forward to seeing you some more.
Okay. So, Mr. William, thank you so much. And this is the end of my interview to Mr. William. Please subscribe to their channel. And their YouTube channel name is Junnylie&Williams Adventure. And you will learn a lot of things about the Philippines and the Philippines culture, and also about getting married and the cost of living here in the Philippines. So I will put the link on their YouTube channel in the video description of this video interview. So please subscribe to their channel and my channel. So sir, thank you so much for this
Thank you, Sharon.
collaboration. I really appreciate it that you granted.
We enjoyed it.
Okay, so thank you everyone and bye.